If you inject a lethal dose of pharmaceutical insulin into a person who is not diabetic, the human body does not trigger its normal insulin production markers. Specifically, the level of a compound called C-peptide in the bloodstream will drop to absolute zero. This is a biochemical anomaly. It is a precise metabolic fingerprint of deliberate external intervention left behind in the subcutaneous tissue.
In Raleigh County, West Virginia, a licensed pharmacist named Natalie Cochran knew this metabolic detail. She also knew that standard postmortem screens rarely check for it. She calculated that if her husband, Michael Cochran, died from a massive blood sugar crash, the coroner would simply write down natural causes, hypoglycemia. And for 7 months, that is exactly what the death certificate said.
Actually, let me rephrase that. It was what she allowed the death certificate to say.
The medical report stated Michael died of complications from a sudden, unexplained diabetic emergency. But the financial ledger of their home told a completely different story. It was a hidden architecture of digital transactions, fabricated military contracts, and empty bank accounts. The moment those two realities collided, Michael's heart stopped. To understand why a pharmacist would use her own clinical training to execute her partner of 19 years, we have to look at the exact day this digital facade began to crumble.
Michael Cochran was 38. He was a father. He liked bodybuilding, working on cars, and the predictable routines of small-town life in Daniels, West Virginia. Neighbors described him as a quiet, protective presence, someone who worked hard and believed his family had achieved the classic American baseline of success.
His wife, Natalie, was a trusted local pharmacist. Her professional standing was immaculate. In a small community, a pharmacist holds a specific kind of local authority. You trust them with your health, you trust them with your life. In 2017, Natalie decided to expand. She stepped away from the pharmacy counter and registered 2 defense contracting firms, Technology Management Solutions and Tactical Solutions Group. She told Michael, her parents, and his parents that she had secured highly lucrative, classified Department of Defense contracts to supply weapons and military hardware to the federal government. She even made her newly hired employees watch the film War Dogs during onboarding, told them they were entering a highly specialized, highly profitable world of federal procurement.
Therefore, when Natalie asked Michael's parents and their closest family friends to invest their life savings to help fund the initial overhead of these government contracts, they did not hesitate. They handed over $2.5 million. In return, Natalie showed them official government portals, digital signatures from Department of Defense officials, and bank balances showing millions in pending government payouts.
Michael was incredibly proud. He was listed as a minority partner in the business. He believed they were wealthy. He believed they were secure.
During the trial in January 2025, the defense tried to argue that Michael was using insulin as a bodybuilding supplement, but the prosecution presented the punctured vial of insulin recovered from Natalie's own refrigerator. They presented the canceled flight ticket, modified by Natalie hours before his collapse. In January 2025, Natalie Cochran was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The jury recommended no mercy.
The fallout of this case was so profound that West Virginia lawmakers subsequently introduced House Bill 2789, also known as the Michael Brandon Cochran Act. It law mandates that intensive care units must perform immediate C-peptide testing on any unconscious patient presenting with severe, unexplained hypoglycemia. It is a systemic shield designed to ensure that this specific clinical method of homicide can never again be written off as a natural death.
This leaves us with a quiet, lingering question about the limits of human perception. how do you protect yourself from a threat that is fully integrated into your life? Michael Cochran slept next to his killer for 19 years, fully believing he was a partner in a thriving, honorable enterprise. If you look at the evidence, the most dangerous lies are not the ones told to strangers. They are the ones constructed for the people who trust us most. Take a moment to look at the details of the financial transactions and the medical evidence in this file. Do you believe the system would have ever uncovered this crime if the federal financial audit hadn't occurred first? Or would this have remained forever a tragic case of natural heart failure? Let me know your thoughts on the forensic science of this case in the space below.